Good day everyone, I am Jeremie Uyat and I will going to discuss financial stability and 10 strategies in reaching financial stability and the signs of being financially stable as well. So what is financial stability? So in the simplest way possible, being financially stable means you are spending less than you earn or living below your means. And the second one, you are able to pay for the basics of living, like for example, food, shelter, and utilities. And number three, still have money set aside for any unexpected bills, emergencies, and your future retirement. So, being financially stable means being confident about your financial situation by keeping a healthy balance between your income and your expenses. So you should be able to cover your expenses without struggling. Becoming financially stable is achievable and it's entirely in your hands. So like anyone else, teachers also aim to become financially stable, not today but maybe in the future. So being financially stable means confidence with the financial situation, warily paying the bills because of the available funds, debt-free, money savings, and money savings for your future goals, and enough emergency funds. So, so financial stability is not about being rich, but rather more on a mindset. So it is living a life without worrying about how to pay the next bill and becoming stress-free about money while focusing energy on the other parts of life. Now let's talk about the 10 strategies in reaching financial stability. So just like any goal, getting the finances stable and becoming financially successful requires the development of good financial habits. So we have 10 strategies, habits towards the financial stability and success. So for the first one, making savings automagical. So saving should be made a top priority, especially as an emergency fund and a bill payment from the amount are automatically transferred from the checking account like an online savings account. Number two, control your impulsive spending. Control yourself from impulsive spending on eating out, shopping, and online purchases that may ruin your finances and your budget. Number three, evaluate your expenses and live frugally. So, analyze how you spend your money, see what you can reduce, and determine expenses that are necessary and eliminate the unnecessary. Number four, invest in your future. So start preparing and investing for your future retirement while still young in your career field. Number five, keep your family secure. So save for an emergency fund so that you have something to spend anything if anything happens with the family emergently. Number six, eliminate and avoid debt. Eliminate credit cards, loans, and other debt forms as it will not work on you but even pull you down and make you drown with obligations that may even resort to surrendering your properties, your jewelries, and investments as payments. Number seven, use the envelope system. So set aside three amounts in your budget each payday. Withdraw those amounts and put them in three separate envelopes, and in that way you can easily track how much remains for each of the expenses or if you already ran out of money. Number 8, pay bills immediately. So, one good habit is to pay bills as soon as they come in and try to get your bills to be paid through automatic deduction. Number 9, read about personal finances. So, the more you educate yourself, the better your finances will be. Number 10, and for the last one, look to grow your net worth. So, do whatever you can to improve your net worth, even by reducing your debt, increasing your savings, or increasing your income, or all of the above. Now let's talk about the signs of being financially stable. So teachers, like anyone else, often work to the extent to earn more, even through additional jobs on the side, just for their desire for financial stability. So Rusey 2019 presents some signs of financially stable person. So for the first one, you never overdraw your checking account. So even if you have overdraft protection with your checking account, you still prefer to keep a cushion in your account rather than relying on the protection. And you absolutely positively never bounce a check. Part of it has to do with your aversion of paying overdraft fees, but mostly it's because you have a sufficient amount of money that you can keep more in your checking account than you need in typical month. Number two, you don't lose sleep over finances. So when you go to sleep at night, you tend to sleep deeply and peacefully. And if anything does keep you awake, it's usually not related to financial matters. So this is a non-financial benefit that people who are financially stable have as a result of their strong financial position. So this isn't to say that you don't have any money worries at all, but rather that they are not significant and never without some sort of reasonable solution. Number three, you use credit cards for convenience and rewards, but never out of necessity. So you can use credit cards for convenience and rewards, but never out of this necessity. This is because many people who are not financially stable have a bad habit of using credit cards as a way to extend their paychecks to buy the things that they really can't afford. So that's not an issue in your life. So if you do use your credit card, it will strictly be more convenient, such as being able to make a fast payment online, or you will do it because your credit card company provides you with rewards for making purchases. Number four, you don't worry about losing your job. So this is one of the very best indicators that you are financially stable. So since your finances are in balance, losing your job isn't something that you worry about. At least not the potential for ruining your finances. So you can start on your own, actually, or a business will do. Number five, you pay your bill ahead of time. So this is partly because you always have a plenty of money to pay your bills, but also because of your preference for being ahead of your finances rather than behind. So this is also a big reason why you don't lose sleep over your finances when you go to bed at night. So you know that your bills are paid off and all is right in the world. Number six, people ask your opinion about financial matters and you inspire them. So one of the biggest outward signs that you are financially stable is when people ask your opinion about financial matters. So they'll do this because they see you as being someone who has figured it out, at least when it comes to money. So when this happens, take it as a supreme compliment, and it means that your financial stability is so obvious that others can see it and will ask your opinion as to how to achieve it. Number seven, you're generally happy with your financial situation. So this doesn't mean that your financial situation is completely perfect, but rather that your finances are in balance. So, and you are satisfied with the direction that things are heading. So even if you have financial challenges over the horizon, you have some sort of plan set up to deal with it before it comes. So that's all anyone can do, and you've already got it covered. Number eight, you finance your cars over 5 years or less if you take loans at all. So even though there are car loans available as far out of 7 years or less, you keep your car loans to 5 years or less. So or you pay your cash for your cars, or you pay them off ahead of schedule. So that means that you won't live your life carrying a perpetual car loan payment. So that also means that when you buy a new car, it's very likely that you'll be making a larger than average down payment on it. So which is why you take shorter loans in the first place. Number 9, contribute more to your retirement. So especially if you're just beginning to put money away from retirement, start saving as much as you can now and let compound interest the ability of your assets to generate the earnings, so which are reinvested to generate their own earnings. Number 10, you don't feel guilty when you are out of special occasions. So everybody has episodes where they spend a little bit too much money. So this can happen on special occasions such as birthdays, holidays, vacations, and other celebrations. So but for you, these events are not budget busters. So you have enough flexibility built in your budget that you can accommodate the occasional spending spree without having too much money at the end of your payment. So number 11, you can afford to buy the things you really want. So if you really want something, you go for it and buy it. So your finances are strong enough to enable you to get those things that you really want. So this isn't all about impulse spending on an ongoing basis, but rather about having enough room in your budget to get the things that you really want. So in that way, money doesn't rule you. Number 12, recreational spending doesn't appeal to you. So there are all kinds of coping devices in life, bad habits like drinking and overeating. So for some people, the vice is recreational shopping. Spending money enables them to lose themselves under trouble. So at least for a time, and often recreational spending is a way of rebelling against their impaired financial situation. So that's not something that you engage in, nor do you ever feel the need to do so. So you're happy with your finances in general, and you don't need to spend money to feel good about yourself. Number 13, you are a natural saver. That's a natural saver. So this is one of the key habits in becoming financially stable. So and it's one that you mastered a long time ago. You've been doing it so long and so well, so that you are virtually a natural saver. You can do it with a sense of purpose and without even feeling any pangs of self-denial. Number 14, you are generous with your money when it comes to charities and helping others. So you have certain charities that you support on a regular basis, and you're generous with the people around you who are in need. You are able to do this because you never sense that giving money to others in need will in any way negatively impact your financial position. So you give with ease and you feel good about it. Number 15, you are confident about your future. So this is one of the best indications that you're financially stable. Your finances are sufficiently under control that you feel confident about your future. So this is because you're easily able to live on what you earn. You have substantial financial assets that you're adding to on a regular basis, and you carry little, if any, non-housing debt. So the future tends to be kind to people in that situation, and that's where your confidence comes from. Number 16, your net worth grows significantly from year to year. So your net worth tends to grow each year, and to do so by fairly large amounts. This isn't about doubling your money each year, but rather about achieving fairly consistent increases in your net worth. So those increases comes from a combination of adding to your investments through regular contributions and through solid investment returns. Number 17, you have substantial equity in your home. So another one of the major markers of being financially stable is that you have a large amount of equity in your home. So this is either because you made a large down payment on the home when you bought it, or because you're paying extra principal on your monthly payment as a way to accelerate the payoff of the mortgage. So it may even be a combination of both, that large equity means that you don't worry about failing property values, at least not the way people in low or no equity situations do. Number 18, you consistently live beneath your means. So because you are aware of the fact that all things that make someone financially stable start with having extra room in your budget for savings and investments or paying debts. Number 19, you could survive for months without paychecks. So you have sufficient liquid savings that you can live for months without a paycheck. So if you have to, you won't need to tap long-term savings like retirement plans either. And bankruptcy won't be even a remote consideration since you have very little debt. The fact that you can live without a paycheck for an extended period of time even makes it easier to do your job. You can work without concerning yourself with the threat of layoff or being fired. And you never feel trapped by your own job. And for the last one, you feel in control of your finances and never dominated them. So overall, you have a strong sense that you are in control of your finances. So this means that when it comes to money, you have choices. And since money creates options in life, you have more than an average person. So this is what being financially stable is all about. And what the ultimate goal of it should be: being able to do what you want, when you want, and on your own terms. So this is a long list, and if you're not feeling some of this right now, you can work to get yourself in a position where it'll take a bit effort, but the effort will be worth it soon. So that's all for the 20 signs of being financially stable. So one last thing to remember, that financial stability isn't about being rich or achieving a dollar figure. It's about your mindset and how you comfortably feel, underpinned by the idea of having the freedom to live a quality life by your terms and not be controlled by money and debt. To be at peace with your financial position. So that's all for my report. Thank you for listening and have a great day ahead.